What if we, for some of our lessons, we give them a shared blank slide and we have them do the research. We have them find the videos or find the examples, and then they build the presentation. So I could give them this blank presentation, and then I can say, all right, guys, go in, pick a slide, work with your partner, and you're going to build out the presentation. And then in 20 minutes, we're all going to present, and you're going to take turns presenting your slide. And you can have students create the work. Whoever is doing the work is doing the learning. So let our students do the work. Okay. Now you're asking, well, Tyler, that's cute, but how do I either create a copy for every student, or how do I give it to where everybody can go in and edit at the same time? If you're using Google Classroom, they made this very easy. As soon as you assign a doc or a slide or a sheet or a presentation, you can go in and you can choose if everybody can look at it, if everybody can edit that one file like we did with the Getting to Know You slideshow, or if we want every student to have their own copy. And I hit that and it goes and it makes a copy for every single student in my classroom. One of the other things you could do if you wanted to, and you could make this, or you can use what I've got, or you can make it, start the discussion. Ask your students their opinion. Ask them their thoughts on different things. So you could go in. So I don't know if you guys have bell ringers. I don't know if you guys do those. A lot of teachers I know, they do bell ringers. So as soon as the bell rings or as soon as class starts, they have like a quick assignment that their students do, and they start working while the teacher goes and takes roll. Now, while the teacher's taking roll, those students are trying to learn from a problem they wrote on the board. What you could do is you can use video of yourself or someone else to create a discussion, to start the conversation, or to even take virtual attendance. You can do that with your students by just assigning those consistently. What I recommend is find a YouTube channel, or you can create it yourself. And it can be as simple as you open up Google Classroom on your phone and you go in and you are sitting there and you're just chatting about whatever's going on that day. And you could go in and upload the video directly into Google Classroom. Google Classroom on their app goes directly, uploads into there. It doesn't go to YouTube. It goes into Google Drive. So I could go in and I go, hey class, what's up? It's Mr. Tarver. I'm so excited about learning with you today. And you may be looking at me in the class right now while you watch this video. That's okay. What I want to do is in our Google Classroom, underneath this video, I want you to comment. What is your favorite pizza place in the world? What's your favorite pizza place? I'll tell you mine. I love a place called Blaze Pizza. I think they have the best pizza, and I like to put broccoli on it. You may think that's gross, broccoli, but it tastes really good when they heat it up. So in the chat, tell me your favorite pizza place and why it's your favorite pizza place. I'll see you guys when we start class in a second. Boom. You upload that video. They can now give their comments and their thoughts. If I would have asked them to solve the quadratic formula or talk about parenthetical citation, they might not know. And if they don't know, they might not comment, which means they're not starting the discussion. I want to start that discussion with something easy so that students can participate later when we're talking about the lesson. Okay. So if you want, I've got this quote of the day video series. You can click that link. If you like this, it's where I spend like 2 minutes. I read a famous quote and I tell the students in the video, I say, hey, in your class, I'm going to read the quote. But I'm going to give you my thoughts on it, but I care about your thoughts. So in your Google Classroom or in your notes, you tell me your thoughts on the quote and if you agree or disagree with me. So I would go in, you can use these videos. I've got enough videos for you to use one every day for the school year. And you can go pull those videos and paste them into your Google Classroom. Or if you wanted to, I actually have a notebook. Has anybody in there used a digital notebook over the past year and a half? Anybody? So I'm going to give you a couple templates for those. I'm going to show you those templates. But what you can do is you can go in and I have all those videos put into a digital notebook to where you can make a copy. And then you could go in and assign this in Google Classroom and make a copy for each student. And I even gave instructions for students. So you don't even have to explain to students how to do this. You could just go in and you could have them click and watch this video right here. So the students would put their name here. They'd put what subject it is. This is that stuff we talked about earlier with the Google Help videos that they're looking here instead of asking you. Then they go into week 1 and they can go in and they can watch a video. And it's me talking about a quote. And I'm saying, hey, here's a quote. Give me your thoughts. I even have instructions over here for your students. Now, you can have them do this while you're taking attendance. This is a chance for them to start the conversation, hear their opinion, and also get some deep thought. I had a school, a teacher, saw my video where I was talking about this resource, and she teaches 7th grade English in California. And she sent me an email of all the thoughts her students had throughout the year. It was like this huge, amazing group of students who were sitting there learning and agreeing and disagreeing. And can we talk about this? They passionately but respectfully disagreed with me. How amazing would it be to teach that skill set in our students to where they know how to passionately stand by what they believe in, but also they're willing to be kind in how they approach that with other people. I don't know if you guys have seen that. I've seen that where I live, where it's very important, I think, for people to learn how to be kind with what they're passionate about and not be disrespectful to others. And so it's a chance for them to give their thoughts on the quote. They put their thoughts in, they rewrite the quote, and they can even put notes right here, and they can write those notes directly in the slide. And they can essentially use this like it's a notebook that I handed them. It's like I said, hey, here's your journal. Go out there and fill in this quote of the day journal, but it's digital. Now, here's one thing I like. And think of how you could adapt this to what you're doing in your class. Right here, I gave instructions. How much do you agree with Tyler's interpretation? And it's like a scale. And so you can get a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and they drag it onto the scale. And then it says down here, drag an emoji from the above to the bottom line to rate this quote. And they can be like, this quote is fire. I love this quote. So they can do this right here. So you're going in and you're getting your students' opinions about something that matters and they can apply to their life. We want to make it personal for them. If you want a general notebook that's kind of easy to-do list so your students can organize stuff, here is a template for a notebook that you can have and you can give to your students. Here's the deal. You could go in and you could fill in what you want them to do during the week, and then you could assign it to your students. And that way they all are looking and going through the same assignments. Or you could give them this as a blank template. It's essentially like giving your students a binder or a trapper keeper or a notebook or a journal that they get to fill in and work out of. So they could go in, they could look at their week, or you could fill this in, and then they can write in their to-do list. I need to watch, that math video. And then you could go in and you can make this a link so they don't have to go find it. And then you could say, oh, I want to go slope, Tarver, okay? And they could go in and you could attach a YouTube video directly in the checklist. And then when a student gets done, I've got instructions down here so that they could just click on the box. They could box whenever they're done with that challenge. So they can work through their to-do list. The more organized we are, it makes us efficient and it clears up the communication with our students because that saves us time and it saves frustration. Have you guys ever been frustrated trying to learn some technology? Maybe it's been Google and you don't know how to do it and you get frustrated and it totally turns you off to what you're about to learn because you can't even figure out how to start the thing that you want to do. With this, you could go in and you could do exactly that. Like you could lay out and erase the confusion and bring clarity to your students. Here's another one. We talk about personalizing and seeing each student for who they are and what they care about. Let's say you're like, you know what? It's important to me that my students have a positive outlook, that my students are thankful and grateful for the things of this world, the things that they have. Even if they don't have a lot, I want them to be thankful and grateful for the things they do have. Because if they're sitting in my class, that means that they're here. They have another day where they can do something. They have something to be thankful for. This right here is a template for a daily student reflection journal. And so there's a ton of research studies that indicate that for adults and children alike, whenever we take a small amount of time in our day, like especially in the morning, we take time to reflect on what we're thankful for, we lead more productive, positive, fulfilling lives because we're going in and we're actually taking we're not moving on to the next thing, or we're not stressed about what we have to do here or here or here. We're going in and we are building this. We're building this efficacy. We're building this strength of character in these students to be appreciative of what they have in life. So this notebook, this template you can have right here, this is a daily reflection journal. So students can go in and they can say, okay, how am I feeling today? And they can say, you know what? I feel good. Or, you know what? I feel fire. You know what? I feel like trash. I feel like trash. I feel like trash sometimes when I wake up. Or maybe they're sad and they drag the circle over how they feel. Now, here's the deal. If you assign this in Google Classroom and you make a copy for each student, you can go in and see how they feel every day. It's a chance for a student to maybe reach out and say, you know what? I feel sad today. And you might not know it. Maybe they were just sitting in class. They were a little extra quiet. But you're looking there and you're like, I don't know what's going on with them. But you could go in and you could see this, and then you could go and address that student individually. Then they would list out the 3 things they're thankful for. I'm thankful for, my family. I'm thankful for my teacher, because they're always thankful for us, aren't they? They love us so much. We're so great. And I'm thankful for, my dog. Maybe they like their dog. They could say what they're thankful for. Then they could say what their favorite thing they learned yesterday was, which is reflecting on the day before. Or they could go in here and they could say they could go in here and say what they want to accomplish for the day. I know we're almost out of time, so I'm about to finish up. I just wanted to show you, I'm going to talk through so you can have these resources. This is the digital lesson plan you can have. This is applicable for any grade level. These are, I think, geared more towards high school lesson plan. There's a template you can use there as well. Team meetings, we want to be productive in our team meetings, so we're always getting better. You can use that. Here's a tutorial and some stuff on Canva, so you can make custom Google Classroom headers. Create community in your class. I've got some examples there. Run some surveys so you can get to know your students and your parents. This is a parent contact form I want you to have. This is a classroom discipline form I want you to have. This is a discipline form, but for positive actions, because we want to appreciate and respect and honor things that students do that were good. This is a form where students fill out their own discipline. This is a template and instructions on how to make custom Google form headers. Here's how you can make a resource page for your students. Here's how you can teach videos and curriculum to teach your students to be safe and productive online. Here's a cheat sheet for you that you can use as a teacher. If you're struggling with Google, it's a cheat sheet you can use. And I've got some more resources here you can have and on my website. The last thing I want to leave you with is one of my favorite quotes. And we used to ask this for teachers when we interviewed teachers. It was the last question I would ask. And I would look at them when these teachers wanted to work in our district. And I would say, James Comer once said, no significant learning occurs without a significant relationship. What does that mean to you? And most teachers, because we get into this profession because we want to make a difference and we want to get to know our students. We don't get into it because we love math or history or science. We may love those things, but we get into teaching because we want to make a difference in each and every student's life. We want to help them. We want to see those aha moments. We want to see them take where they are and move forward. We want to encourage them, and we want to be something in their story that helps them move forward and achieve things that they may have never thought they could. We want to encourage them, and we want to help our students get better every single day. And by them to choose and reflect on them to never stop learning, we are going to show that in how we learn and how we adapt and how we use the resources we have in front of us. So I encourage you to go do that today. Be that teacher in the classroom who makes a difference in each and every student's life. Be the teacher who sees every student, and you can leverage all these things to save yourself time so you actually have time to be the teacher that each and every student needs in your classroom. Thank you guys so much for listening to me. And I hope that I maybe gave you one or two things that you can use that can help you in your classroom.
We are ready. We are ready. But before I bring on our lovely, 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 beautiful, stylish, and elegant director, I want everyone to stand up, please, because we've been sitting for a while. Just stand up. Yeah, like we tell our students, reach for the sky, reach for the sky, reach for the sky. Ah, you feel good. I feel it. I heard the bones crack. I did. I heard them. I heard them. You still need to stretch. I don't know if you could put your legs aside. Yeah. Okay, you feel good? Twist this way. Twist the next way. Ah. 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 Take your seats for me, please. We would now like to welcome our Director of Catholic Education, Mrs. Claudette Rule, to come and bring remarks. And she's going to say how she's so excited. I don't know if she's going to be entering the competition, but I welcome her to enter as well. Okay, yes, Mrs. Rule?
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready?
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Hamilton. And good morning to all, especially our upcoming guest speaker, Mrs. Bethel Hanner, and her, I'm going to call you her assistant, and her assistant. Welcome to our innovations for the Catholic Board of Education. I also want to welcome all of our administrators, our faculty, our support staff, our paraprofessionals, meaning our teachers' aides, and I extend a heartfelt thank you to Fusion for allowing us to be hosted at such a fantastic facility this morning so that we can, first of all, show our appreciation to you as the staff of Catholic Education, and secondly, get ready for the launch of Innovations in Education. March of 2020 altered our lives, and today we're still not sure what the end result of facing a pandemic will be. But for those of us in education, we are certain of one thing. The traditional mode of delivering education is gone. It's finished. It's done with. But the purpose of education remains the same, and that is to transform lives. Now, I don't know if your memory is like mine, but I'm sure you're younger, so it's a lot better. Prior to the official start of this academic year, we revved up our choo-choo train. Do you remember? I sent out an email and I say, choo-choo, get on board. Do you remember that? Oh, Lord, y'all sleeping? Oh, gee, air conditioned, soft seats. You sleeping? Wake up, everybody. We revved up our choo-choo train and we invited all of you on board. And you boarded that train with a little bit of reservation, a whole lot of anxiety, but also with a multitude of passion, perseverance, and patience. And so on behalf of our Archbishop, Patrick Pinder, the chairman of our board, Lambert Longley, and all of our other board members, I thank you immensely for using your strength to get the Catholic Board of Education through a successful academic year. Give yourselves, I was going to say a fairy clap, but you did an adult clap. Every one of you from Abaco, Hey Saints, Grand Bahama, what's happening, Crusaders? And here in New Providence, you dug deep. You were the support for each other, both cognitively, physically, mentally, and spiritually. This year we can compare to a high-impact workout exercise, not only for you, but for your students and for the parents. But because of your tenacity, you made it work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now that you had a successful train ride, we're going to change the mode of transportation. We're skipping the aircraft and we're headed into that rocket that Jeff Bezos has gone, or that is going into space. We ain't dealing with no plane no more. We finish. We ain't dealing with no train. We ain't dealing with no boat. What are we using? Rocket, baby. It's innovation time. Are you ready? Look out, world, cause where's my Junkanoo man? All right. Look out, world, cause they coming. They coming. Oh, Lord, where y'all? They coming. Crusaders.
Y'all ready? Okay.
No. Social distancing and all that kind of stuff. Sanitization and all that kind of stuff. Crusaders.
They coming.
The Saints.
They coming.
The Aces.
They coming.
The Strikers.
They coming.
The Shockers.
They coming.
The Giants.
They coming.
Everybody.
They coming. Stand up on your feet if you're coming. Let's go. Wave your hands. Let's go. Where you at? Where you at? Who run this place? Who run this place? Who are we? Who are we? Who run this room? Who run this room? All the Shockers, the Giants, and who else? The Strikers, the Crusaders, the Saints. Make some noise! Okay, we ready.
Thank you to our Junkanoo man. Are you ready? Okay. I also want to say thank you to the team for pulling this all together. I planted a seed in Deirdre Cooper's mind a couple years ago. Notice I said couple. That's how long it's taken us, because COVID came and did a little, caused us to digress a little bit, change our course, but we're back on course. I planted a seed in Ms. Cooper's mind a couple years ago when we talked about STEM education, which is now STEAM education. And she participated in a workshop at Doctor's Hospital, but we really have not had an opportunity to do anything with it on a large scale. And so this year, with the infusion of technology in education, Mrs. Albury and I had a conversation about empowering and inspiring. And I said to her, I know the person who I am going to give this task to. And that person was, or is, Deirdre Cooper. And so I want to say thank you to Mrs. Albury, Deirdre Cooper, and she got the right people on her team, Mr. Carson Neely, Miss Joanne Hamilton Brown, and Mr. Patrick Pratt. Thank you so much for having us be able to engage in this launch today. I also want to say thank you to our Archdiocesan Communication Director, Mrs. Paula Reckley, for being here to assist us with the live stream. And we have some powerful and very encouraging partners. And so I say to our sponsors and partners in education, Alive, Bahama, Canoe, Tower Academy Honor Roll Member Group, Post Boxes, etc., Rev Cable Bahamas, Rotary Club of East Nassau, and DigiPrint and our host, Fusion. We are encouraged that you are supporting us in this competition. We know that great things are going to come about from Grand Bahama, from Abaco, and from New Providence. The competition, the prizes, I'm going to try to win something myself. I'm not just going to let you go and I don't participate, but I'm going to have to join a group. So, anybody looking for a group member? I'm available. Thank you so much to the team. We know that great things are going to come as a result of this, because we know that the end result of what we're doing is to transform our children, to transform our students, and in transforming our students, we transform our nation. Thank you so very much. The year would not have been successful without you, and now we have put some tools in our kit to begin the next year with vigor and with purpose. And so I know that we are going to see great things from you. 1, 2, 3, they come in. Come on, man. Y'all come in?
I am a kinesthetic learner. I love hands-on activities and full engagement. So I wanted you to start off by getting busy. I wouldn't stop at these descriptive words. I would also add resilient, artistic, industrious, multi-talented. If all of these characteristics are absolutely true, our education system is in great hands. And today, I am honored to stand in the midst of a room filled with greatness. Now, I want you to stop and take a look at your cell phone that's in your hand. Some would say it's attractive, up-to-date, powerful, and versatile. Believe it or not, these attributes can apply to us as educators as well. However, we too often downplay our greatness. You are powerful. The words you speak to and on your students in your classroom can change their lives. It can make them or break them. You are versatile. We made the shift from remote to virtual as if we were prepared for it. You are attractive. The energy you exude in the mornings as you walk in your classrooms. Have you ever noticed how your students look at you? Their smiles, their excitement to see you reach in the room? I said all that to relight your flame and remind you that your devices are simply tools. It is us who are the invaluable assets that optimize them. We share the same characteristics. If you don't believe me, think on this. On the screen, there's an iPad. An expensive, attractive, up-to-date, powerful, versatile iPad. However, in the hands of a child, this iPad is simply a tool to play games. That's all it is, no matter how expensive that iPad is for the child or for the parents who buy for them.
In the hands of a teenager, this iPad is simply a social media outlet, everything they need just to put their self out there to the world. However, in the hands of a professional, it is here to create revenue, to promote their business. Teachers, remember, these are simply tools, tech tools, and they are only as good as the hands they are placed in, and they're only as good as the knowledge of the user that has them. For far too long, we have feared technology and viewed it as our replacement or our competition, when in actuality, it is merely a tool we must embrace and manipulate to our advantage and for our benefit. Think about it. You cannot play a game, make a call, or use your device without manipulating it. You have to find time to actually use your devices to your advantage. It's all about teaching. Technology is just a tool, and I want to emphasize that today. It's all about you and your teaching style. On this, you will see a few things that teachers need to do in order to effectively use technology. You have to find time to actually plan and not wing it. With technology, you need to set aside specific time to sit down, understand your content, and know what you're integrating. You need to easily adapt and embrace change. This new norm we are facing, nothing is stagnant. Every day there's something new that's arising. You have to actively care and show your students that you are aware of who they are and their interests. And we just heard that, so this is confirmation. All this can be done by strategically integrating their interests into your lessons. When teaching, please make sure you are knowledgeable, and not just knowledgeable about your students, but also about the tech tool that you're using and the content as well. Reinvent, collaborate, and try your best to stay relevant. There are a number of forums, pages, and communities on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, even right here in the Bahamas, that we can join together so that we can invest in ourselves. And not just ourselves, invest in your craft as well, even if it means paying for a tech summit. Remember, it's all about teaching, and the technology you use is just a tool. Hello, Lights. As a product of the Catholic school system, I'm here to not just showcase my talent, but pay homage to a community which gave me a firm foundation, and to simply be a model of inspiration for all educators. Here's a bit about myself. At the age of 4, I entered St. Thomas More Primary School, where I developed my love and desire to become a teacher. It was at this tender stage I met my 6th grade teacher, and she planted a seed in my life that became my mantra. She said to me, "Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better becomes best." And her name was Miss McKinsey. Yes, you got it. Striving to make my good better, I entered St. Augustine's College. And at 16, I graduated a part of the Technical Cadet Corps with a full scholarship to the College of the Bahamas. At the age of 21, I left the College of the Bahamas with a bachelor's degree, and I entered the walls of E.P. Roberts Primary for 9 years. Educators, I sat in those same seats you are sitting in today, and I was inspired by a presentation that changed my life forever. The presenter said, invest in yourself. How much do you rate yourself? Are you a 5 on your own scale, or are you a 10? And I thought about it. Too often, we big up those around us, celebrities, but we downgrade who we are. And from that day forward, I decided to put myself first. Out of pocket, biggest sacrifice, I claimed a master's degree at the age of 26 from Barry University. Truth, though, I was a shy, hidden gem with a big dream and high expectations. I simply just wanted to do what I did best, teach my children in my own lane in our little safe haven. This was because my fear and doubt limited my flame. It didn't allow me to shine. But it was one individual, my past, former principal, who saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. So don't take people for granted. You don't know who can bless you or plant a seed in your life. It was because of her I was chosen to enter the National Teacher of the Year for the Bahamas. And I realized having such an unorthodox, out-of-the-box teaching style and innovative nature made me a commodity that was so rare, the world needed me. Teaching for me is a lifestyle. I'm a lover of technology. I believe in keeping abreast with this ever-changing world. Since allowing my light to shine, I'm now a complete advocate for self-acceptance and elevation. Let me tell you, it's okay to stand out. It's okay to celebrate yourself and always allow your character to speak volumes for you. Since being chosen as the Teacher of the Year, many doors have been opened, and that pushed me out of my comfort zone. My desire is to revive the teaching profession and to restore the respect for it. I'm also interested in helping teachers create inviting classrooms that are conducive to student learning. So I established a business called Classic 242, where I create classroom decor and manipulatives to enhance your lessons. I manifest not only academic and intellectual intelligence, but I'm a living testimony of faith and God's blessing. I see myself as a vessel, teaching, sharing, and inspiring as ministry unto God. But that's enough about me. Lights, camera, action. Educators, are you ready for your close-up? Trust me when I say you have to change your mindset and see yourselves. All those adjectives on the screen, those are you and more. Stop downplaying your greatness. Let your light shine so that whoever sees it will know that you are doing this for God. This is my favorite scripture. Let your light shine before men so that they may see your good works and it may glorify your Father in heaven. Roll camera. Let's reimagine our curriculum through tech integration. We know that the curriculum provides a bridge between education and development. This last year has forced a major shift within our method of instructional delivery. Full access to technology has struck a new wave of interest in our students. It is now that we stay one step ahead by rethinking, revamping, and restructuring our lessons in our curriculum that provide the same valuable content, but with a modern twist. With a student-centered curriculum, students are more likely to succeed academically when they feel valued and a sense of belonging, all right, within that setting. So that's what's important, to focus on the students and making learning fun and engaging for them. Student content retention. When we look at this page, you have to do constant repetition, allow collaboration, activate their prior knowledge, and simplify some learning with forms of gamification. Model, set hands-on practice, and provide options for your students. Allow creativity. Give them the chance to show you who they are and what they already know, and build upon it. On the screen, you can see an old-fashioned lesson being taught, the normal way. But we know we are in the new norm. In my classroom, I do both. So we're not deleting anything, we're not eliminating it, but we're gonna enhance it. She's teaching a normal lesson on maps and world discovery. I took this with a twist, and I used the Alive Discover app. If you never heard of it, go to the Google store, download it. It is remarkable. Simply download the maps they have available, and the students can use their tablets, any device, a cell phone, whatever they're on, and slide their phone over the map using the same app, and different parts of our country, important historic places, anything you want to focus on, it becomes a 3D representation. And it changes their experience without leaving the walls of your classroom. Same skills, but a more hands-on visual experience for each child. When it comes to tech integration, there's some everyday, all-time favorite go-to tech tools that I love. Have you ever tried quizzes? Kahoot? Well, I'm here to add a new one. Try BlueKit. This is the latest, and the students absolutely love it. These tech tools bring education the excitement it deserves. New classroom gamification that stimulates healthy competition. These tech tools enhance lessons and build content repetition. The key is to tailor your content that's being taught to the tool that you're using. Each one of these games, the children see it as just a competition, a game. But what they don't know, whilst they're having fun, going over the answers almost, we could say 5 times the most in a competition, it's repetition and retention at the same time. Try one of these apps today. It's a hit in my classroom. Other than that, I have 3 more go-tos. Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts is a communication platform, and it's just like Zoom, a little better to my knowledge, I would say. But it makes it easier for both the students and their teachers, all right, to communicate, to connect. It's all about building a bond in your classroom. It allows me to give them instant feedback, and I can take their digital learning to a whole nother level. In addition to that, there is live worksheets. Live worksheets has been a lifesaver during the pandemic. It not only gives them a worksheet to do, but they mark it as well. Teachers, tell me, this wasn't a lifesaver? All right. LiveWorksheets.com is a teacher empowering technology that grades written, digital work from students, and it provides immediate data and engaging ways for students to show what they've learned. And the best part about it, it's a pool of resources. If you're running late on that time that I said you really need to put on the side to plan your lessons, worksheets, lessons, they are ready-made from teachers globally. And guess what? It's been a hit in the Bahamas. You can follow, and I'm sure some of you in here are following now, are on here posting and sharing, collaborating, shining, and showing what you can do. The last one is Zoom. This is my everyday. We do not use Google Classrooms in the government system. We've been on Zoom for a while, and it's a lifesaver as well. The virtual classroom tool that is used to host online lectures and let participants engage in interactive learning. Students are allowed to write on the screen, and I do this every day to ensure that they are practicing and I can see what they're doing. They're also allowed to manipulate your computer. So if you found a game that you wanted to share with them, instead of them just watching it, try this feature. You can allow them control over your mouse. And whatever game you pull up on the screen, that child can complete the activity from their home. What's on your computer. That's remarkable. Looking at this, so our cameras are rolling, and looking at this, I'm sure you're thinking, we do these already. We've always done these. We sing, write, and fill up our notebooks every year. We read the textbooks and practice on our whiteboards. That's exactly the problem. We've been doing the same thing for so many years. Einstein said it best, doing the same thing over and repeatedly while hoping for different results is insanity. Our content is rich. I will be honest. The content is rich. The curriculum is standard. But it's our method of delivery that is outdated. So we need to try a new thing. We need to rethink our delivery of this rich content. Use game platforms like Blue Kit to reinforce educational content by gamification. Instead of using a notebook, allow your students to write on Microsoft Word. When you want to connect with them, instead of just having a discussion in the classroom, the first presenter said it, and I use it a lot, allow them to talk in a chat group. Allow them to comment on a discussion board. That changes the game. With singing in the classroom, it's all good, but who else can see that? Record you and your students with your song and go global. Post it on YouTube. Don't just watch Jack Hartman. I love him, but we can be Jack Hartman. Post your students and share it and watch how you blow up. When it comes to painting or drawing, allow the child to draw a picture. Like I told you, in Zoom, you can put up a whiteboard. There is a website called whiteboard.fi. I don't know if you're aware of it. Another great one. Whiteboard.fi, and ask them, what have you learned? Don't write it, draw it. And that will blow their minds. It will blow yours as well, because they are creative. And you will see that there's more in that child than you are actually allowing them to show you every day. When it comes to practice, those same apps that I said, the quizzes, Kahoot, Blue Kit. Try them. They're awesome. Also, you can use Pinterest. I created a Pinterest board, and the students found pictures to connect to our topic. Let them express themselves. This is how we integrate and reimagine our curriculum. Now it's time for your action. Provide an uncommon experience for your students and prepare yourself. They will reward you with an uncommon effort and attitude. It's all about showing the students that you care about their well-being and their academic performance. When it comes to technology, I use the SAMA model to help me follow and plan my lesson plans. SAMA was made by Dr. Ruben Plentura. It is a model designed to help educators integrate technology into teaching and learning for higher levels of achievement. S is substitution. A, augmentation. M, modification. And R, redefinition. I will show you some examples how I integrated and used technology to take my lessons, my activities to a higher level. When you look at the S for substitution, the tech device or tool that you use only substitutes, replicates what is traditionally done. It does not change the skill. It does not change the activity. An example would be, instead of writing in a notebook, allow them to write it on one of those tools or one of those websites. Give them a chance to type it out and see how they can do that. Instead of chalk and talk, students can watch the info on Brain Pop. That's a seller. I love Brain Pop. I subscribe to it. All topics are there in a fun and interactive way. Augmentation. This one improves your assignment. It's like taking a quiz online, posting the assignment online, and their classmates can see what they're doing and they can comment towards each other and discuss what they've done on this assignment. Modification. This is where the traditional task is completely transformed by the child, not the teacher, by the child. When the assignment can be crafted for the world to view, so the child shows you how good they are with manipulating technology. R is for redefinition. And this is just a brief summary of this. Please go and invest some time and find out a little more about this model. It will change your teaching strategy forever. Redefinition is when technology allows for the creation of a whole new version of your content. The child can visually recall, comprehend, and depict what they learned in a creative way using technology. I want you to take a look at some examples of this model and how I integrated technology in my activities. Here's a few of my kids.
One day I woke up and I was a frog. When I went outside my house, it was flooded with disgusting water. I thought all the frogs had green spots on them. Even I did. When I rushed to the house to call my mom, I realized I could not talk. I could only say really.
Now, you may say, how am I going to grade that? It's the same as a written essay, but you have to take the time to listen to it, and you can grade it the same way. However, those children were more excited to show me that they could add pictures to their presentation, and it was his story written down, but saying it out loud brought a different confidence in him. and letting his friends and his peers listen. If you were in the class, to see him blushing and excited, to hear his friends clap and cheer and discuss his story. When they hand you your essays on a paper, who's hearing that story? Only you. But if you show this in your classroom, the entire room gets to be a part of the learning process. They can help him edit. We edited together. He had a few errors in the words and the ways he said things, and they told him what he could do different. Some other pictures he may have added. As the slides progressed in his video, different things popped up from his story. And I was amazed to know that they could even add pictures to their videos. It will blow your mind. Next up, so this was my narrative essay. Next up, I gave them a homework assignment. We were on expository writing. And I picked two examples. These are students that are a bit shy. The first one, he stutters. And in class, he never wants to participate because he doesn't want to feel embarrassed. So he would not be one to raise his hand and read his essay out loud, his story out loud, or tell the class anything, or for a matter, ask a question, because it take him too long to get his question out. However, in his video, he was allowed to express himself confidently on his own. And you'll see that in both of the videos coming.
Stuff. And I'm gonna ask my parents before I do this. Kids, remember, do not touch hot things.
All right, so we laughed as a class, but it got me a better insight. It gave me a better insight in who he is as a child. And this was creative. This was a snack I would have never thought of ever trying. But we did it as a class after everyone was so excited about this Nutella dish. So they talked about this for the entire day, and I saw how it created such an uproar in the classroom and stirred their interest. We brought in a stove, and they actually made these, one of those little hot plates, and we made these snacks in the classroom. This is changing your environment. It's getting your students to be more engaged in their learning. And they actually want to do these videos, and they want to be a part of the lesson. Next up, you're going to see Adrian, and I want you to listen closely. Adrian's making the chicken fries.
Where? I do it for customers. I sell water here. I do everything from the government.
Remember I told you, and the previous presenter said, get to know your students and find out what they do, what their interests are. So Adrian led us into his world at home, and that stirred up a whole new conversation about our lives at home. We're not just building the children to think critically and complete an exam, but we want to develop the whole child. Next, you will see Enzo. This is Enzo. Oh, that one we just saw is an example of augmentation. This example here is redefinition. He took my assignment and he turned it completely around into his own creative expression. We were learning about weather tools and the weather, and we came across precipitation. And that word was just a big thing for the day, trying to say that. I wanted to know, besides trying to say the word, did they grasp anything else out of the lesson? And this is what Enzo sent me. He said in the beginning, Miss Hannah, I am, or I will be, the master of precipitation. Tell me, isn't that remarkable? A fourth grade student? Did he really understand what precipitation was? I agree with you. And I thought this was a shocker. The principal was in there and she was amazed to see that he knew how to manipulate the tech tools. So things that we may not even know, these children are more advanced than when we think. So we need to challenge them. We need to push them.
You've done so.
Before I cut this one on, this is my Google Hangouts. So I'm here today just to inspire you and show you that it is possible to integrate technology into your classroom. This is our chat. We have a chat group just like WhatsApp that I have with the parents. I share this with my students and we conversate daily. And they're excited. If I'm late to Zoom, they send me a message or call and they say, Miss Hannah, class ain't started yet. You need to get here. So I love it, and it keeps them engaged and interested. Take a look.
We've done so much things. We share classwork. They get assistance from each other, from me. The children are becoming so tech savvy. It is remarkable. They send their work. This is Cody sharing his story with the group that he wrote. Also in the chat you will see them sending videos that they have had for homework, activities with me. It is an easier way for them to communicate without sending so many messages through the parents' chat. I am able to send videos from prior class lessons for reinforcement. And it's an easy access tool for these students to get their information. They share videos with each other. We play games. We have special days when we do that. Also, they send me their notes so I can see proof that they are actually writing notes. And they forward videos as well, encouraging videos with songs and different things, and we share with each other. You can see we had vocabulary words and we were practicing, so everybody was sending in their words. Also, they send quizzes, they send challenges out to each other. All right, so they are taking advantage of having the group available. Other than that, you will see everything, all the updates are sent directly to the children. Parents have it as well as children have it, and they are being accountable for their own learning. We have had a lesson on Friday where we dealt with natural resources and conservation, and Ronaldo found it really fascinating, and he always wants to share. This is something I love about him. We found a video on YouTube that he has already watched, and he linked it to the lesson that I did with blue holes, and he shared it with the rest of the students. This is showing me that the children are actually internalizing what I am teaching.
That there at the end was Ronaldo, the shy child in the classroom. However, on a tech tool, he is the light in my room, all right? He sends things and he has more of a personality. So it's helping him to build his confidence. With this, my chat group, I wanted you to see it. Everything that we heard prior, it's being done. The extra videos where they can go back and watch them at their own pace and use them, they're there. The assignments that they send in for other students to comment on and enhance and discuss, they're there. This is an awesome thing to add into your classroom. It It gives them a sense of freedom and connection to you as a teacher and their friends and peers on a different level. Proof is in my pudding, and it can be in yours as well. Collaborate, converse, share, explain, discuss. Allow children to do these things in your classroom and use the tech tools to have it done. Actually listen, respond, and consider their thoughts. This is being an effective teacher. We learn through our interactions with others. That's Vygotsky, and that always stuck with me. What are you doing for your students that they can do for themselves? Think on that. Here is classwork gamified. I know you guys are having a competition, and I was excited thinking I could have answered as well. And then I remembered I'm in the government system. But I shared it with my children anyhow, and they ran with it. Here's our little discussion during snack time, playtime, and this is just little clippings. This was a day filled with excitement and ideas. 4 o'clock came and we were still on Zoom discussing this app. Y'all please let us join the competition. Here's my kids. There's a few clips of my kids. Prego. Spell that. Yeah. Prego. I like that. I like that song.
I have a good idea. Dynamite. Good idea.
What is it, Mom?
You know, when we're not in school, we can have like something that we can talk to. So it's like a mic, and we can talk to each other.
Whilst we play it.
Yeah. And
Oh, I like it. But guess what? Even though it's a game, that game is going to be all about schoolwork. So that's the part where I come in. Well, to answer questions about schoolwork.
One idea. Every time we in the show, what section to be you watching some videos about school?
You can get points for every video you watch.
Yeah.
Points for watching videos, so you get money for watching videos. I can get you to study. You will watch all your videos so you can make money to go play some games.
I get it.
So that's causing you to do my work.
Sarah the edit the game, well, she's gonna draw it.
Yeah, we can get Sarah to draw it after times. Sarah, you are part of this business initiative? Because they're giving you a job, Sarah.
I'm planning to go live right now.
Yeah, I know I'm going live. So they want a job ahead of that idea.
Yeah. I'm gonna be downloading the game. I'm gonna be downloading the game to App Store, because I know how.
Alright, and that's just a clip of different parts of my day with their ideas about creating an app for education. They thought that it was about that, and that didn't deter them. They were still excited to be involved and to have something new for their lessons. Alright, that was a few kids from my room. Let them share with you. Who would have thought a child can upload an app to the Google Play Store? I'm still waiting on him to teach me. He sent me a video with a step-to-step guide on how we can get this done. But he wants our credit because he taught me. Then he mentioned Sarah. Sarah sent us, and I don't know if you noticed, I don't know if you saw it in the Google Hangouts. She does digital artwork. Alright, so we have a digital artist in my classroom. Every day she's into anime. She brings her pictures and she shows me every day on a tablet. Miss Hannah, this is what I was working on last night. And she's excited to share this. She can draw avatars for our game and add them in. Children can be involved. This is the talent you have in your classroom. Capitalize on it. As I'm ending, there is another product of the Catholic school system, Stephen Brown. He graduated both St. Thomas More and St. Augustine's College. He has a company called CSB Tech Emporium. Now, I know this competition launches today. I hope I inspired you, motivated you, and gave you a few ideas. Don't steal all my kids' ideas now. A few ideas to get your brains percolating. This company not only does web development, but guess what? Mobile game development. So here's your head start and a little nugget from me. Call them. Get started on your apps and join the competition today. Join the competition. Tell them Wayne Bethlehem sent you. All right? Make sure you take a clip of the screen. Stephen Brown, and he's the CEO. This is his company. Mega Mobile in our 2007 graduate year. He's doing big things, and I salute him. Now, let me before I show you that slide, get your phones out. I have a little competition as we're ready to set this movie rolling and we're ending. Take out your phones. If you have a QR code scanner, pull it up now. And as soon as you scan that screen, if you are the lucky one chosen, I want you to jump to your feet and scream, I'm a winner. Here's the cherry on top. Every one of you are winners. That's a wrap. But I can't leave without reminding you, you are a winner today. Remember that. Embrace that. Believe it. And show everyone around you that you are a winner in everything you do. This is absolutely amazing. I am standing here living out one of my goals and my dreams that I set 2 years ago, sitting in those seats saying, I want to present in this forum. Thank you for the opportunity. Technology, I want you to remember it, technology will never replace great teachers. And we found out today, you are all great teachers. But in the hands of a great teacher, it is transformational. Remember that. Use the tool. Don't let it use you.
Come on, let's give Raina. I have 1 or 2 questions for Raina, but before we do that, we're going to take a brief commercial break and go to one of our sponsors. Well, let's welcome Canoe. Yes,
Morning.
Good morning. I want everyone to stand up right now, please. You've been sitting down, you don't have breakfast. You're a winner, you're standing the QR code. I want everyone to stand up. We're in the classroom for the teachers this morning.
Just want to get you to wake up, all right?
My name is Javon Butler. I am the Chief Sales Officer for Canoe Caribbean Bahamas Limited. We are licensee of the Central Bank of the Bahamas as well as the Grand Bahama Port Authority. We are indeed honored to be able to sponsor the educational board of the Catholic, is it the Church of the Diocese or Catholic Board of Education, all right? For those of you who are Catholics, I want you to know that if you can't make it to church on Sunday, through the Canoe app, you are able to tithe by going to the Archdiocese of Nassau and make sure you send your money in, please, all right? So y'all clap your hands, all right? Y'all clap your hands. So who are we as Canoe? I have a presentation behind me today. So Canoe, today, tomorrow, and the future of digital transactions. You can leave it just on that screen. You don't have to go through any other slides. People like to win things, I realize that. Who wants to win things today? Things, like things. By a showing of hands, who has the Canoe app on their phone? Okay, so you have a head start. Okay, I want everyone to go to their Google Play Store or their Apple App Store and download Canoe. There are 3 things you're going to do for me. Today you're going to download the app, you will register with the app, and once you have registered, then you will go ahead and connect with Javon Butler. You're looking for my photo. I won't have glasses on, Jevon Butler. The first person who connects with me in my phone is going to win a $25 gift certificate to Jules by the Sea. Because that's how we roll. And now we're rolling small, only 25. It's only 25. But while you're doing that, we're looking at how we embrace technology, not only for our children, but also for ourselves. So Canoe was a concept that was formed in 2017. A team out of Georgia, some developers met with a core team here in the Bahamas, and we realized that, hey, in the Bahamas, we are having an issue with moving funds around the islands. For those of you who are from Grand Bahama and Abaco, specifically Abaco, you can have an appreciation for that. When you think of other islands like Andros, Long Island, Anagua, Meguana, Ragged Island, Rumkey, where the commercial banks have pulled out their footprint and have made it difficult by only leaving ATM machines or forcing you to go online, Bahamians still need to be able to commerce business throughout the course of the day. Now, don't stop downloading the app and signing up now, because that gift certificate for real, all right? That's live, okay? But what we realized was this. How do we empower our own people? How do we allow Bahamians to move funds back and forth throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas at the speed of life? That is where Canoe came from. So for those of you who are familiar with Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, the big thing trending in the States right now is something called Cash App. It's the same concept, okay? So from a user standpoint, you can send funds peer-to-peer through Canoe. Now, fast forward to October 2020, October 20th, 2020, the Central Bank of the Bahamas launched the Bahamian Sand Dollar. You've heard about the Bahamian Sand Dollar. Some of you may still have questions. What is the Sand Dollar? The Sand Dollar is the legal digital tender of the Bahamas. So the same way your physical cash in your purse and your wallet, you now can hold digital currency that carries the equivalent of a physical Bahamian dollar in your cell phone, in your mobile wallet. All right? The government of Bahamas is pushing a huge initiative to go cashless, continuing to push the digital transformation throughout the Bahamas. So what that means is that if you have a family member in Exuma and you want to send them funds, apps like Canoe, you can simply send them the funds through the app, and they can go to one of our agents and withdraw the physical cash. Or better yet, as more and more businesses sign up and become part of our ecosystem, they are now able to go to those businesses and use those funds to buy products or services. From an international standpoint, what apps like Canoe allow Bahamians to do, specifically the small and medium-sized business owners, it now gives you the opportunity to sell to 8 billion people around the world. What I mean by that? Anyone internationally can download the Canoe app, and all they have to do is become level 2 verified, tokenize their debit or credit cards, and they can pay a business owner in the Bahamas through the Canoe app. So, no longer are we competing against 400,000 individuals in the Bahamas. We are now a part of that global village where we're competing against 8 billion people worldwide. That is what we need to teach our children, to think outside of our boundaries, think outside of our jurisdiction, and think of how they can be here in the Bahamas, but they can sell their crafts to someone in China, or they can sell their crafts to someone in Europe, whereas they can still enjoy the beauty of our country, but make an honest living here in the Bahamas. That also helps eliminate the brain drain we've experienced for the last 30, 40 years. So the mindset going forward, and companies such as Canoe want to be a part of this revolution. Stop thinking we have to leave home to make a comfortable living. How about we bring the comfortable living home? What do you all say? How about we bring the comfortable living home? Okay, because many of us during the pandemic would go and take a quick shower and put all our clothes on and sit in front of our computer for that Zoom meeting, and after that meeting, what we do? Take all our clothes back off and go relax for a second, right? Many of us during the pandemic had meetings at 5 in the morning, sometimes 8 in the evening. What has that done? It has shown us that business can be conducted anytime, anywhere. Okay? Ms. Cooper was informing me, as she aged me, that I used to be one of her junior advisors back in 2000, 2001. Okay. Guys, 20 years ago, all I had was a finance degree and plenty of dreams in my head. Now I'm a part of a team that has launched a mobile wallet that has over 200 merchants, over 20,000 users, has signed up, been able to help services like Department of Services, NGOs, helping those in the family islands who need to move money back and forth. So I am part of that dream that we all have for our children. And it's important that we continue to teach them how to dream, like Ms. Hannah said. The competition, getting those children involved and getting them to believe in themselves. Okay? Ideas do not come on a boat, on a plane, and then we embrace them. Ideas start from us. And I thank all of you for being the educators who teach us how to dream. I know it's a thankless job. People don't understand the hours you all put in, the sacrifices you all make, you know, the kids you all raise, the support you all are, the mothers and fathers you all become to some of your students. So I want to say, on behalf of Canoe, thank you and continue to do the wonderful job that you do. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to connect with me now. That card coming.